So, right, do I have heat everywhere, you think?
Well, I'm just saying, it wasn't too long ago you made some headlines here talking about what you were supposed to do in TNA and it didn't work out, what you were supposed to do in MLW and it didn't work out, what you were supposed to do in AAA and it didn't work out, and what you were supposed to do in WWE and it didn't work out. And I'm like, damn, John, who are you pissing off?
The way you put it like that, you have a good point. And that makes it sound completely different. Like, I'm a dick. I guess people were right this whole time. I guess all your writers that write these notes about me and tell me how bad a human I am are right.
Shout out to David Mixon's fan, the bane of
David Mixon's fan. He can find a way to, like, if I save a dog, like, yeah, but he pushed him down. He's just a horrible human being.
Can you believe Layfield only fostered 4 kittens? He's got a 4,600 square foot house. There was room for 1,000 more.
What a horrible person. Horrible human being. Going to be in hell below Pol Pot.
I got to tell you, man.
I never thought about all the heat I've got. You're actually right. Now that you kind of stack up the evidence on this side, it's like, fuck, I'm a dick.
Well, but you're our dick, by God, and we love you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let's talk about the women's title match. I got to admit, John, I thought when this match was announced, and I even said on this show, and I regret it now, I said, good luck. I did not have high hopes for Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill. I was a little disappointed that talent like Chelsea Green, who I feel like's been on a tear, wasn't on the card. And I don't know, maybe I was in my feelings. Like, I can't believe they're doing this. And by the way, I was wrong. The match was way better than I expected. We talked about aura earlier with Rhea Ripley. I think that just oozes off of Jade Cargill. I don't know that they found her highest and best use yet, but there's something there. What a star she could be. And Tiffany Stratton, man, 14-0. They've got a cool story going with her now. I didn't realize that until the match. What'd you think of Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill? I'll admit, I had low expectations, and I was wrong. It exceeded all expectations. Bravo, ladies.
Yeah, I agree, and I agree with you about Jade Cargill. I mean, there's a look that sometimes you can't replicate a look. Sid Vicious, Sid Justice, whatever want to go by, had this look that was like, oh my God, man, that guy makes an Avenger look like a 90-pound weakling. He had a look. Jade Cargill's got a look like that. She's got this incredible physique. She's a very pretty lady, and you can't replicate that. So I think there's incredible future for Jade Cargill. Mark Henry found her, right?
I don't know. Is that right?
I think that's right. I think Mark found her. I believe that's right. I mean, Mark has found a lot of talent in different places. He's got a great group down in the Bahamas right now. He's got some young man down there from Nigeria. That kid is freaking talented. Big, tall guy, great looking body, good talker.
I think one of her first matches may have been that mixed tag in AEW with Cody Rhodes and Shaquille O'Neal. I mean, there's been a lot of really talented ladies come into the business, but I think most people agree Jade Cargill looks like she could have been like in a Marvel movie or something like that.
Yes, 100%. I mean, like right now, like no CGI, nothing. Just put her out there. She's in a Marvel movie. She's like Kevin Nash used to say about The Rock. He's the only guy who looks better than his action figure. That's Jade Cargill. She just, that look is just unbelievable.
What do you think is next for Tiffany Stratton? I do feel like she's clearly trying to rack up the accolades. But from a storytelling standpoint, what would you like to see her do next? How can we get more emotionally invested in Tiffany Stratton? Because I'll admit a couple of years ago on this program, I thought, and I even said, hey, Rhea Ripley and Tiffany Stratton are the future of this division. For whatever reason, I feel like Rhea Ripley has leveled way, way up, and they've got a lot of momentum now with Tiffany, but I don't feel as invested in the Tiffany story just yet. Is that the real challenge? Like, she's got the look, she's got the move, she's got the presentation. How do we make people care about Tiffany Stratton more?
Expand the bio. You have to expand the backstory. Whether that's true or whether it's made up and it's fictional, it doesn't matter. Expand her bio, because otherwise people have got to figure out a way. Why do we care about this person? I saw Toni Storm over the weekend. I went up to her, and first time I ever met her. I don't think I ever met her before. I told her, I said, I think you're doing a great job. And just shook her hand and walked out. But she's found this, I don't know about niche. She's a huge star. Her character has expanded greatly.
Yes.
And she's done an incredible job with it outside of her wrestling. I think, and I'm going to say in the same way, because there's never, like Piper always said, you can't out Hulk the Hulk. You don't want to copy somebody, but I think you've got to expand the bio in some way.
I do want to ask, when we're talking about Tiffany Stratton, there's a comment here in our live chat. T. Gray says, Tiffany as a face is a dud. Her heel work was much better. I kind of tend to agree. I do like Tiffany better as a snarky Valley girl heel. Like, I hate to use this phrase, but I like when she's more of a bitchy character. I think that comes off. She could be very hateable is what I'm trying to drive at. I think you can lean into that. She has a Charlotte Flair-esque quality where you could really get behind that. Do you think she will find her best success as a babyface or a heel?
I think as a heel, but the problem is she has a babyface, if indeed that is correct, is you got to dance with what brought you.
Yeah.
If you have something is getting over, don't all of a sudden, I'm a babyface. I'm going to deep six all that. And I'm going to start over with this babyface here because I'm going to, drink milk and take my vitamins and do all the things that babyface is supposed to do. That doesn't work in the world. It hasn't worked in the world since the 80s, by the way. Since Rambo first became that dark character and Clint Eastwood no longer wore just the white hat. The movies started changing in the 80s and 90s. And now, there's not this milquetoast babyface. And I think people make a mistake with that sometimes, like, I'm a babyface now. I've got to get rid of all this stuff. That's what brought you to the dance. And I think she needs to embrace that more. Look, I think she's incredibly talented, and I think she's going to be a huge star. Sometimes you just got to find your footing.
We're seeing comments in the live chat from Just Rome, who says she feels like a little Charlotte. Already seen Charlotte, don't need it. I see that comparison a lot with Tiffany Stratton, and I ask myself, why are people comparing Tiffany Stratton to Charlotte? Is it blonde hair, boobs, and a moonsault? Is that it?
Exactly. Yeah, and if it's a person of color, they'd be called a racist for doing the same thing. It's funny because you say, it just looks like somebody else. And look, they're both females. They both have blonde hair. Sorry, that's where it stops. Yeah. I don't agree with that.
It's totally different. I totally agree. SaveWithConrad.com.
My name is Sergio. I'm from Lancaster in California. The motivation behind just following through with this refinance was I have a baby on the way. So just wanted to get everything in order. In the past couple of years, just afraid to pull the trigger, but then it just seemed like the right time to do it. I went to multiple banks, not only the mortgage I had, but then I went to you, and then I also went to several others. And it just seemed like your team, they were just completely honest and outright. Also, all the information was just laid out for me right there and then, answering all my questions in a timely, efficient manner. Diane was just so helpful and above and beyond accessible with both texting and emails and just any information that they needed. She would explain to me what exactly they wanted me to send, and then if there were any issues, she was able to just resolve them pretty quickly versus other companies that sometimes it would take a couple of days to get some information. We were looking to pay down some debt, also looking into making some improvements to the home, also build up our backyard, do everything, especially for our daughter coming. By doing this cash out, it's a good amount that we're saving, between $1,000 and $1,500 a month, I would say. It helped out tremendously as well. My name's Sergio. I'm from Lancaster, California, and I saved over $1,500 a month with SaveWithConrad.com.
NMLS number 2129, Equal Housing Lender. SaveWithConrad.com.